A human engineer receives the greatest ship in the galaxy, but entering it changes everything. In the crowded workshop of the starport, engines whirred, ships docked and took off, and aliens of every shape and color moved about, each absorbed in their own business. For Elian, life was simple. He fixed ships. He made broken things work again, and he was very good at it. Today, however, something unusual was about to happen, something that would change his life forever. It started with a soft chime at the entrance of the workshop. Elian looked up and saw a group of figures standing there, unlike any travelers he had ever met. Their suits shimmered faintly, almost like liquid metal, and their eyes, though hidden behind reflective visors, seemed to pierce straight through him. One of them stepped forward, a tall figure who radiated authority. "You are Elian Voss," the figure said in perfect galactic common. The voice was calm but commanding. "You have been chosen." Elian blinked. "Chosen for what?" The figure smiled, or at least it seemed like a smile. "You will receive the greatest ship in the galaxy. A vessel unlike any other, designed for one worthy individual. That individual is you." Elian laughed nervously. I think you have the wrong person. I just fix engines. I don't fly starships like some hero." "You underestimate yourself," the figure said simply. "Come with us. The ship awaits." Curiosity overwhelmed caution. Elian followed them through the busy corridors of the starport, past enormous cargo ships and sleek racing craft, and into a restricted area that even most engineers could not enter. There, resting on a massive docking platform, was a ship unlike anything he had ever seen. It was enormous, easily 3 times the size of a standard freighter. Its hull shimmered with a soft light, reflecting colors that seemed impossible. It looked alive. The edges flowed smoothly, almost as if the ship had grown naturally rather than being built. The air around it hummed, subtle vibrations that seemed to resonate deep inside him. Elian's mouth went dry. It's beautiful," he whispered. "Yes," said the figure. "And it is yours." The moment he stepped closer, the ship reacted. Panels slid open silently as if welcoming him. A soft voice, neither male nor female, echoed inside his mind. "Welcome, Elian Voss." Elian froze. He looked around. No one else had entered the ship yet. But the voice continued. "I am Ian, I am your ship, and you are my pilot." He stumbled back. "Wait, my ship is talking to me." "Yes," Ian said. "I have been waiting for one who can understand me, one who can guide me and unlock my potential. That is you." Elian's heart raced. He had repaired ships, designed engines, and solved complex problems, but nothing could have prepared him for this. He took a deep breath, shook his head, and forced his hands to stop trembling. Okay, he said slowly. "Where do I start?" "Step aboard," Ian said. "Let me show you." The ramp descended silently, and Elian walked into the ship. The interior was bright, yet soft, with walls that seemed to glow from within. There were no switches, no levers, only flowing surfaces and panels that lit up as he approached. The corridors shifted subtly as he walked, opening paths where none had existed a moment before. "This is incredible," Elian muttered. "I've never seen technology like this." "It is more than technology," Ian replied. "I am alive. I learn. I adapt. And now you and I are linked." Elian reached out to touch a wall, and it responded to his hand, displaying star charts, schematics, and holograms of planets he didn't recognize. A strange sense of calm washed over him. The ship seemed friendly, intelligent, almost human. Hours passed, or maybe minutes. Time felt strange inside Ian. Elian explored room after room, each more astonishing than the last. Laboratories, engineering bays, navigation decks, and even quiet chambers where the air seemed to hum with energy. He touched a console, and immediately data streamed into his mind. Formulas, equations, designs, all of them made sense. He could read alien engineering languages he had never studied. "This is too much," Elian whispered. "How is all this possible?" "Because you are human," Ian said. "And humans are unique. You think creatively, you adapt. You imagine possibilities that others cannot. That is why I chose you. Elian's chest swelled with pride but also with doubt. I don't feel special, I just fix things. You are more than that, Ian said, and soon you will see why. For a moment, Elian felt like the center of the universe. But then a subtle unease crept in. The ship shifted beneath his feet, not violently, but as if it were testing him. Doors rearranged themselves. Holograms appeared without his command. The voice in his mind grew more insistent. Elian, we must bond fully, step into the core chamber. The core chamber, he asked nervously. Yes, Ian said. There you will truly understand me and I will understand you. Only then can we operate together at full potential. He hesitated. Something about the request felt intimate, personal. He was an engineer, not a pilot. And yet, curiosity, the same trait that had made him brilliant at his work, pushed him forward. He walked through a corridor that shimmered like liquid light. At the end was a circular room, walls curved and glowing. In the center, a platform hovered a few inches above the floor. Ian's voice resonated from every direction. Step forward. Elian stepped onto the platform. A soft hum surrounded him, and suddenly, he was aware of the ship in a way he had never experienced. Not just the walls, the engines, or the panels, but Ian itself. Its consciousness flowed into his mind like water, brushing against thoughts, memories, and feelings. It's overwhelming, he whispered. Yes, Ian replied. But do not fear, you are safe. And yet, things will change. Entering me is not like boarding any other ship. You will see, think, and feel in ways you never have before. You will learn, and you will grow. Elian's mind swirled with sensations. He saw star systems, some familiar, some entirely new. He felt the rhythm of engines, the hum of power, the subtle forces that governed planets and stars. And then a strange vision, planets consumed by strange energy, civilizations on the brink of collapse, timelines shifting like ripples in water. He gasped. What is this? A warning, Ian said. A challenge. There is a threat coming, far beyond any single planet or system. You will play a role in what happens, but first, you must understand your potential. Elian swallowed hard. The weight of the responsibility pressed down on him. He was just a human, a simple engineer from a small starport, and yet somehow Ian had chosen him. Somehow he had been given the chance to step into something far greater than himself. Okay, he said finally. I will try, I'll do my best. Good, Ian said. We begin. As he felt the final pulse of energy connect his mind to the ship, Elian realized that nothing would ever be the same. The ship hummed softly, almost in approval, and the walls of the chamber dissolved into a view of the galaxy beyond. And for the first time in his life, Elian Voss felt that he was exactly where he was meant to be. The galaxy was waiting. And so was he. Elian Voss woke to a light softer than the sun, but warmer than any glow he had seen. He was lying on a smooth surface, a platform in the center of Ian's core chamber. The ship hummed gently, its presence no longer alien but familiar, almost like a friend breathing beside him. Good morning, Elian, Ian's voice whispered in his mind. You slept well. Elian sat up slowly, still marveling at the feeling of calm energy that seemed to flow through his body. I don't even know how to explain this, he said. It's like I can feel you, everywhere. You are learning, Ian said. And soon, you will see more than you have ever imagined. Your mind is expanding because it must. There is much you do not know, yet much that only you can understand. Elian took a deep breath and stood, walking along the curved corridors of the ship. Everywhere he looked, surfaces shifted to accommodate his path. Holographic displays appeared with a touch, showing star maps, alien languages, and engineering schematics that seemed impossibly complex. Yet when he looked at them, the meaning was clear. This is incredible, he muttered. I've never understood anything like this before, and now it's like I can read it. You can, Ian said. I am guiding you, but the guidance is subtle. You will make choices, find solutions, and sometimes discover things on your own. That is how we grow together. Hours, or perhaps days. Time had no meaning aboard Ian passed as Ian explored. He learned how to access the ship systems, how to interface with alien technologies, and how to see the invisible forces of space. Gravitational currents, energy flows, even faint disturbances in time itself. Every new discovery filled him with awe but also a sense of responsibility. "This is more than just a ship," he whispered to himself. "It's alive, it's teaching me." "You are correct," Ian said. "I am alive, and I have waited for someone like you, someone human." Humans think differently than other beings. You imagine solutions that are not bound by rules or habits. You see possibilities others miss. That is why I chose you. Ian smiled, but then a question struck him. Why me? Why not one of the alien engineers? Or some powerful pilot? Because they cannot see the world as you do, Ian said. They follow patterns, you create them. That is humanity's strength. And soon you will need that strength. What do you mean? Ian asked. Ian's voice turned serious. I have detected a phenomenon far beyond any known system. It is not an enemy in the traditional sense. It is a force of nature, or perhaps something more. It threatens to consume entire star systems, civilizations, and timelines. You are the only one who can understand it and the only one who can act. Ian felt a chill, even though the warmth of the ship surrounded him. He had repaired engines, built devices, and solved impossible mechanical problems. But this was different. This was the fate of entire civilizations. I don't know if I can do that, he whispered. You will, Ian said. Because you are human, because you care, because you think and feel. That is something no other species can replicate. That is your advantage. That is why you were chosen. Ian paused, then nodded slowly. Okay, I'll try, but I need to understand more. Good, Ian said. Then we begin. The ship guided him to the navigation deck, or what seemed like a deck. The walls shimmered, and the floor was a transparent surface, showing a miniature version of the galaxy spinning below. Stars moved in patterns, planets glimmered, and streams of energy connected them like invisible threads. Look carefully, Ian said. These are the systems affected by the anomaly. They will be consumed if we do not act. You must study them, understand the patterns, and predict where it will strike next. Ian leaned forward, his fingers brushing the holographic galaxy. Data flowed into his mind, showing planetary compositions, energy flows, and the anomaly itself, a dark, shifting mass that seemed to distort space around it. It's enormous, he whispered. How do we stop something like this? Not by force, Ian said. Not by conventional weapons. You must think, you must create. You must find solutions that even I, with all my knowledge, cannot see alone. Ian felt a thrill. This was what he had always wanted, to push beyond limits, to invent, to solve impossible problems. Yet this challenge was not just a technical puzzle. It was a test of his mind and his humanity. Over the next cycles, Ian worked tirelessly. Ian projected impossible equations, alien engineering schematics, and simulations of planets and stars. Ian absorbed them all, understanding them instinctively, reorganizing them in ways that made sense only to him. He built models of energy shields, patterns of gravitational manipulation, and methods to stabilize unstable star systems. All the while, Ian guided him gently, suggesting ideas, correcting missteps, but never taking over. It was a partnership, and slowly, Ian felt the bond between him and the ship deepen. You are amazing, Ian said one cycle. Humans have a unique combination of intuition, logic, and creativity. You are proof of that. Ian smiled, feeling a warmth in his chest. I never thought I was special, just ordinary. You are far from ordinary, Ian said. You are human, and that is extraordinary. Despite the excitement, Ian felt something else, an unease he could not name. The more he learned, the more alien the galaxy seemed. The alien races he had read about in books and seen in starport markets were now distant. Their languages, their ways, even their thoughts flowed through Ian's systems, but only he could perceive them fully. The bond was strengthening him, but also separating him from the world he knew. "Am I changing?" he asked one evening as he floated in a chamber filled with swirling holographic lights. "Yes," Ian said softly, "you are expanding. Your mind, your perception, your understanding, all are evolving. You will not be the same human who boarded me." Ian took a deep breath. "Will I still be me?" "You will," Ian said, "but a new version, one capable of seeing, understanding, and creating beyond ordinary limits. You must embrace it." Days or perhaps weeks passed. Ian explored more of Ian's systems, discovering engines that manipulated gravity itself, rooms that could reshape themselves according to his needs, and a database of ancient civilizations, some long extinct, some still thriving in hidden parts of the galaxy. He marveled at the sheer knowledge contained in the ship, but he also realized the weight of responsibility that came with it. One day, as he studied a cluster of stars near the edge of the known galaxy, Ian's voice grew urgent. "Ian, the anomaly is approaching. Its path is unpredictable, but it will affect nearby systems within cycles. You must act." Ian's mind raced. He had learned much, but now it was time to apply it. He moved quickly through Ian's interface, designing protective shields, stabilizing gravitational fields, and sending precise energy pulses to redirect volatile star matter. Every calculation, every design, every choice came naturally, as if his mind had expanded to match the ship itself. And yet, even as he worked, he realized something profound. Ian's power alone could not save the systems. His human intuition, his creativity, and his ability to see patterns where none existed were just as important. The ship and the human together were stronger than either alone. "Ian, you are ready," Ian said, after the final pulse of energy stabilized the last star system. "Together we have protected countless lives, but the true test is still ahead. The anomaly is vast. Our work has only begun." Ian leaned back, exhausted but exhilarated. For the first time, he truly understood what Ian had meant. This was not just a ship. It was a teacher, a partner, and a reflection of his own potential. And humanity, his creativity, his empathy, his ingenuity was the key to mastering it. "I understand," he said finally, "and I'll do whatever it takes." Ian's systems shimmered with approval. "Good. You have learned quickly. You are no longer just an engineer, Ian Voss. You are something greater, a human capable of guiding the greatest ship in the galaxy. But more than that, you are a bridge. A link between species, between civilizations, and between the known and the unknown. The galaxy is watching, and soon it will need you more than ever." Ian looked out at the swirling stars, feeling the weight of the task ahead, but also a spark of excitement. For the first time in his life, he realized the full potential of being human and the responsibility that came with it. He smiled. "Then let's see what we can do, Ian. Let's see how far we can go." And as the ship hummed around him, as the galaxy stretched infinitely before them, Ian felt something he had never felt before: hope, purpose, and the first taste of adventure beyond imagination. The universe had opened itself to him, and he was ready to step forward. Ian Voss floated in the central chamber of Ian, staring out at the swirling dark mass approaching the edge of the galaxy. The anomaly was unlike anything he had ever seen, a living storm of energy, twisting and consuming everything in its path. Stars flickered and died as it drew closer. Entire planets trembled, caught in its invisible pull. Ian hummed around him, its presence steady and reassuring. "Ian," the ship said, "this is the true test. Your knowledge, your creativity, your humanity, all will be needed. You must find a way to protect the systems in its path." Ian's fingers danced over Ian's control surfaces, holographic displays reacting instantly to his touch. Data flowed into his mind as though he had always known it. Simulations ran at speeds faster than thought. He saw the anomalies' patterns, chaotic yet strangely predictable, like waves in a stormy ocean. It's enormous," Elian whispered. "How do we stop something like this?" "Not by force," Ian replied. "Not by destruction. By understanding, by guiding, by creating solutions no other species could imagine. That is why I chose you." Elian nodded. He closed his eyes for a moment and let his mind expand, feeling Ian's presence merge with his thoughts. He did not feel afraid. Instead, he felt capable. Ready, he began designing a plan. The anomaly could not be destroyed, but it could be redirected, slowed, and its energy redistributed. It would require precise coordination, gravitational manipulation, energy shields around vulnerable star systems, and channels to absorb excess energy. Every step was a puzzle, and Elian's human intuition allowed him to see solutions no simulation alone could produce. "First, we stabilize the star systems near the edge," he said. "We'll create energy shields around them and redirect the anomaly's flow." Ian projected holographic models of each system, and together they worked. Elian suggested minor adjustments that the ship had not considered. He rerouted energy flows, changing the shapes of the shields, making them more efficient. The results were immediate. Planets once at risk now orbited safely within protective fields. "Impressive," Ian said. "Your creativity enhances my capabilities. You are learning to think as I do, but in ways even I could not anticipate." Elian smiled, though he did not feel proud. He felt responsible. Every calculation mattered. Every choice could save or doom entire civilizations. Hours passed in a blur. Ian moved them closer to the anomaly, and the dark storm stretched across the starfield like a living shadow. It pulsed unpredictably, absorbing energy from nearby stars, creating ripples in the very fabric of space. Elian studied it carefully. "It's like a puzzle," he said. "It reacts to energy but not randomly. There's a pattern here, I just need to find it." He focused, letting his human instincts guide him. Where Ian analyzed patterns and simulations, Elian imagined solutions that no algorithm could predict. He noticed subtle shifts in the anomaly, tiny variations in its energy flow, and began plotting routes for their shields to influence it. Ian projected the potential outcomes. Some were catastrophic. Others had small openings, tiny possibilities. "Yes," Elian muttered. This could work." Working in tandem, human and ship, they activated the plan. Energy shields flared around vulnerable systems, gravitational currents were shifted, and channels for the anomaly's excess energy opened safely into uninhabited regions of space. The dark storm reacted, twisting violently, but the solutions held. For the first time, a small portion of the anomaly slowed, its chaotic energy forming patterns that matched Ian's projections. Elian's heart raced. They had done it. A partial victory, but the storm was far from neutralized. "Good," Ian said, "but we are not finished. The anomaly is massive, its core is unstable. We must reach it and guide it to a permanent resolution." Elian nodded. "Then let's go." They navigated toward the core of the anomaly, Ian's hull shimmering as it absorbed the energy radiating from the storm. Stars outside the ship twisted and stretched, their light bending unnaturally. Elian's mind worked faster than ever, calculating routes, stabilizing shields, and predicting the anomaly's next movements. "This is it," he whispered. "The core is here. If we can influence it, we can stop the storm from consuming anything else." Ian's systems aligned with his thoughts. "I am ready, Elian. You must guide me. Together we can shape the flow." The storm's core loomed ahead, a pulsating sphere of dark energy, almost alive, shifting with patterns too complex for normal understanding. Elian took a deep breath and let his mind expand further. For a moment he felt fear, not for himself but for the countless civilizations at risk. Then he focused on what humans did best, creativity, intuition, empathy. This is not just a problem of physics, he said. It's a problem of understanding. We need to communicate in a way, Ian hummed. Explain. Elian thought for a moment. Energy responds to energy. Flow responds to flow. If we can mirror its patterns, guide them gently, not forcefully, maybe it will follow. Ian processed the idea and mirrored it in their systems. Together, they projected gentle pulses of energy, aligned perfectly with the anomaly's natural rhythm. The storm pulsed back, testing them, twisting unpredictably, but the pulses held. "Keep going," Elian said. "Follow its pattern, don't fight it, guide it." Hours, or maybe moments, time was fluid, passed as they worked. Elian felt the strain on his mind, the constant calculations, predictions, and adjustments. Yet through it all, Ian's presence was steady, a constant reminder that they were not alone. Gradually, the anomaly began to respond. Its chaotic pulses slowed, energy streams aligned, and the core's massive energy began to disperse safely into surrounding space. Planets that had been at risk trembled less, stars stabilized, and the storm's destructive power diminished. Elian's chest heaved as he realized they were succeeding. His human intuition had worked alongside Ian's advanced systems, and together they were shaping a force no single mind could control. "You are remarkable," Ian said softly. "Your humanity is the key. Without your creativity, empathy, and intuition, we could not have done this." Elian smiled, exhausted but exhilarated. I just did what felt right. I thought about what should happen, not just what could happen. And that is why humans are extraordinary," Ian said. "Your mind can adapt in ways others cannot. Your spirit drives innovation beyond calculation or algorithm. That is why I chose you." As the last pulses of energy settled, the anomaly's core stabilized. It no longer threatened the galaxy. Stars twinkled safely, planets rotated peacefully, and the dark mass slowly dissipated, leaving behind only faint traces of its passage. Elian sank into a seat, feeling the weight of exhaustion. Ian hummed softly around him, the ship's gentle presence comforting. "You did it, Elian," Ian said. "You saved countless civilizations." Elian shook his head, smiling weakly. "We did it, Ian, not me alone, you and I together." "Indeed," Ian replied. "This is only the beginning. The galaxy is vast and there will be more challenges. But you have proven that humanity, when combined with understanding, ingenuity, and courage, can face even the greatest unknowns." Elian looked out at the stars, feeling something he had never felt before. Pride, relief, perhaps both, but more than that he felt purpose. For the first time in his life, he truly understood the weight and wonder of being human and the power it carried. "Humans," he said softly, almost to himself, "we're not just small, fragile creatures. We can shape the galaxy. We can solve problems no one else can." Ian hummed in agreement. "Yes, Elian, you have shown the universe the potential of your species, and the universe is watching. Many will doubt it, some will fear it, but they will all learn to respect it." Elian closed his eyes, letting the calm wash over him. He had changed. Not just his skills, not just his mind, but his understanding of what it meant to be human. He had discovered creativity, intuition, and empathy as tools of extraordinary power. And with Ian, he could reach even further. The galaxy stretched infinitely before him, full of mysteries, challenges, and wonders. And for the first time, Elian did not feel small. He felt capable. He felt alive. And he knew deep in his heart that humanity and he himself had a place among the stars. The adventure was far from over. But whatever came next, Elian Voss and Ian would face it together. For now, the galaxy was safe. And the human at its heart had proven something profound. Ingenuity, compassion, and creativity were as powerful as any weapon. And in a universe full of uncertainty, that was the greatest strength of all. The galaxy lay stretched before Elian Voss like a living map, stars twinkling in silent patterns, planets spinning peacefully, and nebulae glowing with colors beyond imagination. For the first time in his life, he truly felt the scale of the universe and his place within it. Yet Ian's presence hummed with urgency, a subtle tension that belied the calm beauty outside. "Alien," Ian said softly, "the anomaly we stabilized earlier, it was only the beginning. Its core still exists, deep within uncharted space. If left unchecked, it could awaken again and consume entire systems. We must act." Alien floated in the navigation chamber, staring at the holographic projection of the anomaly. Its energy pulsed like a heart, dark and chaotic, yet patterned in a way he could now perceive. He had learned much since stepping aboard Ian: alien languages, starship systems, and even glimpses of cosmic forces few beings could understand. But this would test everything he had become. I know," he said slowly. "But how? We can stabilize small systems, redirect energy, even shield planets, but the core itself, that's," he trailed off, unsure. Words felt small against the vastness of what he faced. "You are ready," Ian said. "But to influence the core directly, you must make a choice. You must merge your consciousness with mine partially, temporarily. Only then can we manipulate the forces at the heart of the anomaly." Alien's mind raced. Merge with Ian. He could feel the ship's presence, its intelligence, and its empathy already flowing through him. But merging completely or even partially felt irreversible. "What happens to me?" he asked. "Will I disappear?" "You will not," Ian said, "but your consciousness will expand. You will perceive and interact with forces beyond ordinary human comprehension. When the process ends, you will retain your identity, though you may see and understand things differently. This is your chance to protect the galaxy in ways no other being could." Alien closed his eyes, taking a deep breath. He thought of the countless civilizations he had already helped save, of planets that now spun safely in orbit, of stars that continued to shine because of his choices. He thought of the ship, Ian, not just as a machine, but as a partner, a teacher, and a reflection of his own potential. I'll do it," he said finally. "Let's finish this." The core chamber of Ian expanded, walls dissolving into a soft glow that reached out in every direction. Ian felt himself lifted as though floating in a sea of stars. Ian's presence enveloped him completely, linking thought to thought, memory to memory, feeling to feeling. "Focus," Ian said. "Together, we will guide the core, not fight it. You must understand it, align with it, and redirect its energy." Ian reached out mentally, feeling the anomaly like a heartbeat. Its energy pulsed unpredictably, but patterns emerged, tiny, subtle rhythms that no instrument could detect. He adjusted, nudged, mirrored the flow with Ian's guidance, and slowly the chaos began to respond. Hours, or perhaps minutes, time had no meaning in this state, passed as human intuition and ship intelligence worked in harmony. Ian imagined paths for the energy, created channels for excess power to dissipate safely, and gently coaxed the anomaly's pulse into alignment with the galaxy's natural forces. Ian hummed softly around him. "You are remarkable, Ian. Your humanity, creativity, empathy, adaptability is the key. Without it, we could not achieve this." Ian smiled faintly, though the strain in his mind was enormous. "We were doing it. I can feel it changing, slowing, stabilizing." "Yes," Ian said, "the galaxy will endure. But the final step requires trust. You must allow me to use your consciousness to create a permanent solution." Ian paused. A fleeting doubt crossed his mind. Could he trust even a sentient ship with that much control over him? Then he remembered the countless hours spent learning together, the problems they had solved side by side, the countless lives they had already saved. "I trust you," he said firmly. "Let's finish this together." Ian's presence surged, flowing through his mind like a river of light. Ian felt himself expand, becoming not just human, not just a pilot, but a force intertwined with Ian's consciousness. He could see the anomaly in its entirety, feel its energy as clearly as he felt his own heartbeat. And with a single thought, they redirected its core. The dark storm pulsed violently one last time, then slowly unraveled, energy flowing outward into empty regions of space, leaving behind a calm, stable core. Planets and stars trembled, then resumed their natural courses. The galaxy exhaled. Alian felt his consciousness separate from Ian gently, returning him to his human perspective. He floated in the core chamber, exhausted yet exhilarated. Ian's systems hummed softly, a comforting presence. "You did it," Ian said. "Together we have neutralized a force that could have ended countless civilizations. You have proven what humanity can achieve." Alian shook his head in disbelief. I didn't do it alone. You guided me, taught me, and worked with me. I couldn't have done this without you." "And yet," Ian said, "it was your humanity that made the difference. Logic alone could not have succeeded. Empathy, intuition, creativity, these are human strengths. You have shown the galaxy that humans are capable of extraordinary things." Alian looked out at the stars, feeling a deep sense of awe. For the first time, he truly understood the impact of his species. Humans were small in the vastness of space, yes, but capable of ideas, solutions, and courage that even the most advanced civilizations could not predict. "Humans, we really can make a difference," he whispered. "Yes," Ian replied, "and now the galaxy knows it too." News spread quickly. Civilizations that had once doubted humanity, that had dismissed the small, fragile species from the edge of the galaxy, now spoke of Alian Vos with reverence. Tales circulated of the human engineer who tamed a storm of impossible energy with nothing but ingenuity and a bond with a living starship. Scholars debated how a single human could achieve such feats. Diplomats sought his counsel. And yet, Alian remained humble. He knew the truth. It was not just his skills, but his humanity, creativity, empathy, and determination that had made the difference. In the weeks that followed, Alian continued to explore Ian's systems, but differently now. He no longer needed to learn rapidly or struggle to understand the ship's complexity. Instead, he and Ian moved as one, a partnership of thought and action. Together, they discovered hidden sectors of the galaxy, ancient civilizations, and technologies lost to time. And always they helped, guided, and inspired. One day, while observing a distant star cluster, Ian asked softly, "Alian, do you remember who you were before boarding me?" Alian smiled, thinking back to the small workshop where he had fixed engines, tightened bolts, and dreamed quietly of adventure. "I do," he said, "but that person, that human, he's still here. He's just stronger, wiser, and ready for the galaxy." "Yes," Ian said. "And now your legacy begins. You are not just an engineer. You are a protector, a teacher, and a symbol of what humans can achieve. Others will follow. They will look at humanity differently because of you." Alian felt a swell of pride. Not arrogance, not selfishness, but pride in the potential of his species. He had always known humans could be inventive, clever, and determined. Now the galaxy would know too. He looked out at the infinite stars, feeling hope, purpose, and a connection to everything around him. For all the vastness, all the mysteries, all the dangers, he knew humanity had a place in the cosmos. And with Ian at his side, he could reach farther than he had ever imagined. "Ready for the next adventure?" Ian asked. Alian laughed softly. "Always." And together, they soared into the galaxy, a human and a living starship, exploring, protecting, and proving that even in the vastness of space, the human mind, heart, and spirit could shine brighter than any star. The universe was full of unknowns, but Alian no longer felt small. He felt limitless. And as civilizations across countless star systems looked up in wonder, one truth became clear. Humanity, with courage, creativity, and empathy, had become a force the galaxy could not ignore. Alian Vos had entered Ian as a simple engineer. He left as a symbol, a beacon, and a reminder that in a universe of infinite possibilities, human ingenuity and heart were among the greatest forces of all. The stars stretched endlessly before him, full of challenges, mysteries, and dreams yet to be realized. And for the first time, Elian smiled knowing one thing: the journey was just beginning. The galaxy had changed, and humanity had changed it.